I wanted to show you around this lab how can you use a key to classify an organism. I really recommend always doing the reading in the background. It's not much on this one. And then making sure to watch this video where the poster does a really good job of explaining how to use a dichotomous key to classify these different birds and to understand what their names are. The next most important piece for this lab is to really take the time to familiarize yourself with this picture of a shark and to understand the different shark parts. So I'm going to zoom in here and really show you the names. But as I talk here, I recommend you either print this picture, take a picture of it in your phone and have it expanded to the side, or draw it yourself. But here's some different parts of this shark. So on the top of the shark, we have the dorsal fin. So this is always called the first dorsal fin. So the first fin to show up that you would see like as the shark is swimming, that's called this first dorsal fin. And then a lot of sharks have a second dorsal fin, but not all of them. And then they have a big fin on the back called a caudal fin. Like it's almost like a tail fin, but it's called a caudal fin. And then their mouth can either be down here or it can be at the front. So if it's underneath here, it's along the bottom of the shark. And then you count the number of gill slits on the shark, and that can be different on different sharks. Then this fin is the pectoral fin. So if you think of what you have as the pectoral or chest muscles, this is the pectoral fin. And then further down, just like near your hips would be the pelvis, this is called the pelvic fin. And then the anal fin is behind that. So it goes pectoral, like by your pectoral muscles, and then pelvic down by like hips, and anal fins. And then after that is this caudal fin. So it's really important that you know the names of all of these fins and where they are before you start the lab. So the first fin that you see on the top is always called the first dorsal, and if there's a second one, that's the second dorsal fin. Then the caudal fin is the back, like the tail fin, and pectoral, pelvic, and anal. You'll really need to know those terms. Here's pictures of all the different sharks you are going to classify in this lab, but you'll see them as you move along. You're going to start by answering a few questions, and you could even do that at the end if you wanted to. This particular question, make a numbered list of 4 different characteristics that were used in this shark key. That's pretty easy, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Like in this first one, they're looking at body shape, right? It says body kite-like in shape or body not kite-like in shape. So they're looking at body shape. That's what I would list as my number 1. Number 2, you can pick something out of there. Number of gill slits. This should be an ordered list that you write right here. So then you're going to compare a few sharks to get started, but I'm going to show you how to classify a shark. So we'll do this shark here, and you can see what it looks like. Okay, so we're expanding on. It has a very big caudal fin, first dorsal, a second dorsal. It has a pectoral, a pelvic, and an anal fin. Okay, so it's got all the fins. Where is its mouth? The mouth is along the underside, right? Not in the front. How many gills does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so those are all traits that were on the first shark that we're going to look at. Where is it on this second shark that we're trying to classify? Okay, so I'm going to make it smaller, and then we're going to go back up to the top. You always start a dichotomous key at number 1. You always start at number 1. When you go to a new shark, you always go back to number 1 and start at the beginning. So the first question is, the body is kite-like. Is it shaped like a kite, or the body is not shaped like a kite? Okay, this one doesn't look at all like a kite to me. Nothing like a kite. So I'm going to just go, letter B is the right one. It's not shaped like a kite. So I'm going to go to statement 2. Here on number 2, the pelvic fin is absent and the nose is like a saw, or the pelvic fin is present. Okay, we had a pelvic fin. This was the pelvic fin. So I'm going to go back up to number 2. The pelvic fin is present, and then I'm going to go to number 3 because that's what it tells me to do. Go to statement 3. So I go to number 3. Okay, does it have 6 gills or 5 gills? Well, we already counted that, but let's look at it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this one had 5 gills. So I'm going to pick letter B. 5 gills were present. Go to number 4. I'm going to go to number 4. only one dorsal fin is present or two dorsal fins. Okay, I remember two dorsal fins, but let's check. One, two. So this has two dorsal fins. So I'm going to pick two dorsal fins are present. Go to statement 5. Number 5. The mouth is at the front of the head or the mouth is along the underside of the head. Okay, I remember it being on the underside of the head, but I'm just going to check. And yes, it's on the underside of the body here. Okay, so we're going to go to statement 6. Mouth is along the underside, so go to statement 6. Okay, so the head is expanded with the eyes at either side of the extension. Does that look like an expanded head? Not really. Head not expanded. Go to number 7. Okay, number 7. The top half of the caudal fin is exactly the same size as the bottom. Okay, here's the caudal fin. It is not exactly the same size as the bottom. So top half of caudal fin is a different size. Go to statement 8. So I'm going to go to number 8. The first dorsal fin is very long, like half the length of the body. Okay, that's the first dorsal fin. Is it very long? Is it very long? No. No, the first dorsal fin length is much less than half the length of the body. So I'm going to go to number 9. On number 9, the caudal fin is very long, almost as long as the entire body. Here's the caudal fin. Is the caudal fin very long, almost as long as the whole body? That is yes. So because of that, I'm going to go read this. It says it's family Allopidae. Family Allopidae. So now we have classified this shark as family Allopidae because we don't have to go to another statement. So it told us the family Allopidae. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to find family Allopidae in the list, and I'm going to select it for this shark. You're going to go through and do that for all of the sharks that you see. Follow along in the same order, and you should be able to classify all of these sharks.